All right. So, if you have been following me for some time now, you realize that I love posting motivational videos. Okay, mostly in line with business, personal growth, and I combine it with fitness. Yes, you find that I'll post a fitness video, then I'll put a message just to, maybe motivate someone, maybe pass a certain message to someone and whatnot. So now, I've decided to start doing podcasts. Okay, I'm gonna call it the Cletus Podcast. Okay, so if you're seeing this for the first time, my name is Aubrey, also known as Cletus, also known as the Investor 360. Okay, about the last one, story for another day. It comes a long way, yeah. Okay, so today's episode, which is the first ever episode that I'm gonna post, all right, is titled "The Pressure That Comes from Being a Man." I'm gonna try to be as precise as possible. Yeah. So, if you know me very well at a personal level, you realize that I'm one person that loves motivation. Okay, loves talking to people, loves educating people about a few things that I know, love sharing information about a few things I know, love advising people, people that maybe would have asked me questions. I do that every day. I do that all day. Okay, I do it when I'm at corporate gatherings. I do it when even at a funeral, maybe we just meet and whatnot. I do a lot of that. So for many people that have met me, it can be on a bus, days of buses. It can be on public taxis, say Yangos, Orlando, whatever. One or two occasions I've spoken to people. Okay, so if you know me and you know that I have had a conversation with you, and from that conversation you learned something, from that conversation it made you realize something, please give me send me comment. Okay, say something. If you learn something from whatever it is that just say something I need to know. All right, so if you're seeing this for the first time, I can follow my TikTok thing. As you can see there, it's Cletus. On Facebook, I'm Aubrey Cletus Yakachemba, the Investor 360. On Instagram, Aubrey Cletus. So I'm gonna keep on sharing, because many of the times I've had people asking me to say, why don't you post this more often? Why don't you grow your audience? Because I have picked up sense from this and that we talked about. Because back in the days, I used to talk to a lot of people, and there was a point that sometimes I could have an actual physical audience. So that being said, we're done with the introductions. Yeah. So the pressure that comes from being a man, guys, being a man is hard. Why is being a man hard? It's because society expects us to be strong. Look, we are not made of steel. We are made of flesh, just like anybody else. We cry at night, just like everybody else. And most of the times we don't tell people what we go through, because we feel when we tell people what we're going through, we'll sort of showcase an element of weakness. This is why you find that over the years, there's been, cases of suicide and whatnot. You see a man that you think he was doing better, you think everything was going on well for them. Next thing, he takes poison. Next thing, he climbs, a tower, then he drops, or whatever that it gets to do. Why? It's because we men, most of the times, we don't come out to seek for help. It can be therapy, from a trained professional. It can be, advice from a relative, a brother, a friend. But sometimes it's not even just about that particular person. Sometimes it's about the people that surround us, the people that claim they love us. Sometimes they just need to give us, time and attention to just hear us out. What is it that is pressing us? Okay, so if you know someone, you know a man, it can be your boyfriend, it can be your husband, it can be your friend, that you might think they're going through situations, sometimes ask them questions like, how do you sleep at night? Or what makes you up at night? What is it that you think is not going on in your life and you think I might help? Okay, we need to be talking to these brothers. We need to be talking to these men, because trust me, it's hard. Whereas if you're a parent, whereas if you are a breadwinner, you have, people that you're taking care of. Whereas if you're the only one in the family that maybe people look up to, it's hard, it's not easy. I have a daughter that looks up to me. Okay, no matter how life can be stressing, I've always, kept it up there with my daughter, because she doesn't have to know what I'm going through. She doesn't have to know, my down moments and whatnot, because I have to be that daddy that she's going to look up to. She doesn't know what I go through to just provide for her. But it's not about me right now. So all I'm trying to say is, as much as we are supposed to be strong, let's also learn to open up, because at times we're going to reach our breaking point. And if we don't talk to somebody, those are times when you see people, start experiencing, suicidal thoughts and whatnot. Before you realize, boom, the guy kills himself. Okay? Let's be a brother's keeper. Let's not be those people that oppresses people. We know stress comes from all sorts of places. It can come from our friends, it can come from our family, it can come from, our parents and whatnot, because they expect us to be in a certain way. Okay? But I'm going to tell you right now, it's the same pressure that you experience when you're starting up a business. The same pressure that you experience when you are running a business. Same pressure that you experience when you're just living your life. It will keep coming. It will keep coming. But all I can tell you is, when things reach a stage where they fall apart, talk to someone. Kneel down and pray. Because one or the other, if we can't get help from people, there's always God. God is the final say over our lives. Kneel down and pray. Ask God to relieve you of the pressure. Ask God to connect you with people that are going to make you grow, people that are going to connect you, people that are going to make you grow your network. Instead of people that oppress you, you ask Him to let Him remove those people that are not made for your good, people that will keep on pushing you down. Okay? If you are that lady that has this man that is a visionary, this man that is a businessman, this man that maybe is an educator, this man that is an employee, but he has those higher aspirations and whatnot, and you've noticed that, support that brother, support that man. Be there for him, talk to him. It's not all about, him being a provider, taking care of your business, your hair, all those stuffs and whatnot. Many of the times, ladies miss it. We find that a guy will end up falling in love with somebody else that you probably least expected. Why? Because maybe that person provided that audience for him to express himself. It's not easy for men to express ourselves. Okay? But let's be each other's keeper. Let's pray for one another. Let's grow one another. Okay? Let's grow one another. Let's call each other. Call a brother, call a friend. Brother, how are you doing? How have you been coping? How are you surviving? That means a lot. Even if the guy had, all those bad thoughts, for a second, he'll remember to say, somebody has called me and this person is checking up on me, meaning they care about me. If you claim you love your brother, claim you love that friend, tell the person to say, man, I love you and I want you to do well in life. I want you to take care of yourself. Wherever you go, always remember to pray. Wherever you go, know that I love you. Let's not, express our what I call fake love. When a person dies, that's when you come up, trying to do this, trying to do that and whatnot. Let's avoid the situation before it happens. Okay? So all in all, let's be your brother's keeper. Let's do what we can do to help each other. Otherwise, with the first episode, we are done. So you can follow me on various social media platforms. I'll keep on posting until we pass the message that needs to be passed. Stay blessed and may your heart's desires be granted. Peace.